Check, check, 1, 2.
Southern Wesleyan last year. She shares the Division II era record for most free throws made in a game with 13, which she did last year versus Georgia College. She holds a Division II era record for most career free throws made with 292. Overall, she has played in 98 games with 48 starts and is averaging 10.1 points per game and has made 87.8 national anthem before her senior day game. Only here at Flagler College, ladies and gentlemen, Destiny McClendon. And now to introduce the starting lineup. First, the visitors. Starting at forward, a 5'7" sophomore from Savannah, Georgia, number 0, Janiah Hayward. Starting at the guard position, a 5'2" sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia, number 1, Tanaya Bowman. Starting at another guard position, a 5'11" junior from Chardon, Ohio, number 4, Lydia Gattosi. Starting at another forward position, a 5'10" sophomore from Denver, North Carolina, number 15, Madison Self. And starting at the final forward position, a 6-foot senior from Nottingham, England, number 44, Shania Rose. The Sand Sharks are coached by Sharon Bursup. She is assisted by Brady Grogan and Jamise Franklin. And now to introduce the starting lineup for your Flagler Rolling Saints. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior from Greensboro, Georgia, number 2, Destiny McClendon. Starting at another guard position, a 5'10" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 5, Dave Bertolina. Starting at another guard position, a 5'10" senior from North Lauderdale, Florida, number 3, Sherelle McCormick. Starting at another guard position, a 5'8" senior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 15, Sarah Reddick. And starting at center this afternoon, the woman in the middle, a 6'1" junior from St. Clairsville, Ohio, number 21,
Mic check.
Test 1, 2.
Got you turned up, got me turned up,
The Saints are coached by Mo Smith.
and we are ready to go.
By Cindy Roberts, Cassie Russell, Joe Harding.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to St. Augustine, Florida. We're on the campus of Flagler College for today's Peach Belt Conference matchup between the Saints and the Sand Sharks from USC Beaufort. I'm John Phillips, joined by Ivan Kelly. Senior Day festivities wrapped up, honoring a couple of seniors here for the Saints, 4 of them to be exact, and we are now ready for basketball. Saints dressed in the home whites. Sand Sharks are wearing the dark uniforms today, the navy blue with Columbia blue trim and numbers in white. Opening tap controlled by the Sand Sharks. They'll bring it front court, and we're underway at the Clark Family Court here on the campus of Flagler College. Saints playing straight man-to-man defense. Drop it off and kick it out onto the right-hand wing. Open three-point attempt is going to come up short. Rebound corralled by Carly Grimm. Carly Grimm, the lone junior in the starting lineup for the Saints. The other 4 seniors are out there with her. Turnaround in the paint's a little short from Sherelle McCormick. And here come the Sand Sharks the other way.
On senior day, coach says, well, seniors, it's yours to start with, and we'll go with you as long as we can.
Yep. And errant pass here on the right side. A little too much mustard on that one. Madison Self got a fastball that was up and away and just couldn't handle it. She fouled it off, but fouled it off into the front row, and the Saints will get it on a turnover. Here's Sayla Reddick at the point guard spot. She's going to drive and kick to the right-hand wing. Here comes McClendon for a floater down the paint. Jumpers off the mark. It's her own rebound. Stick back no good, but a foul. Destiny McClendon will go to the free throw line. And, Ivan, you've seen a lot of basketball. I've seen a lot of basketball. But that's the first time I've seen a senior on senior day sing the national anthem prior to her senior day game. And a great rendition from Destiny McClendon just a few moments ago.
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic. I didn't know she could sing like that.
Had no idea. Sometimes on road trips they'll play, bus karaoke and make players sing on the bus. Destiny's probably somebody who would sign up for bus karaoke because a beautiful voice. She did a great job on the anthem. Comes up a little short on the first free throw, but it rattled around and fell off the rim. She'll have a second chance here.
I know there's some players on the men's team who you absolutely would not want to have that opportunity.
She does make one of two, so the Saints are on the board first. They draw first blood.
The Saints have their 3-game win streak on the line today.
Big win the other night on the road against Columbus State. And Saints trying to stay hot here on the home court. That's Janiah Hayward with the basketball. Pounds it down low, then they kick it around the horn here to Self. It's their leading scorer with the basketball, Gatazi. Back out on the wing, a jumper from 17 on the way. Rattles around, no good. Carly Grimm, another rebound. She'll find Reddick, who runs the show. She'll race it front court, look for a helper. Dribbles through and kicks out. Here comes McClendon on the cross-court drive, but nothing doing. Out for a three-pointer, and it's good from Sherelle McCormick. Saints jump into some full-court pressure on the made three and then back it off a little bit here. 4-0 Saints, almost 2 minutes in here from St. Augustine. Lob down low. Kick it back out to the corner. Baseline jumper off the mark, off the top of the backboard, and controlled inbounds. Sand Sharks maintain the possession. They got a partial reset. That ball did hit the rim. Drive right side for a floater, no good. Long rebound tipped out. Reddick's got it. She's going to race. It's a foot race to go coast to coast, and ball's knocked out of bounds. Well defended there by the Sand Sharks to slow down the fast break, and good hustle from Tanaya Bowman to slow down Sailor Reddick. Sand Sharks to the bench here. They'll get Hayward out for Brielle Bartlett. Bartlett, a senior out of Waterville, Minnesota. Saints ball with 26 on the shot clock. Plenty of time here. Find McCormick in the corner. Off the Grimm screen. Back over to Carly, right-hand wing. Back to McCormick. She eyes a triple, and she buries another. Back-to-back three balls for Sherelle McCormick, and the Saints are up by a touchdown. 7-0 Saints here in the early stages.
And Flagler's going to shoot more threes than Beaufort. They use 38% of their shots are threes, whereas Beaufort, only 22% of their attempts are threes.
Bertolina's open, passes up the long triple. Reddick a drive in, nice spin move, and floater's good. Sailor Reddick more of a pass-first point guard, but she got some space in the paint. Nice little spin move and knocks down about a 8-foot jumper. Bartlett a jumper that's no good. Another rebound here for Carly Grimm. Grimm out to McClendon, who's pushing. Tied up, but finds Reddick. Reset it. Uses the Grimm screen. McClendon left side. Another screen from Carly. She'll find some space to float it in and get hit hard. Unlucky there, just bad timing. Player for USCB was Lydia Gatazi. She came flying across to block the shot, and there was a bit of a pump fake from McClendon and a lot of contact, but everybody's okay, and we'll get a couple of free throws. J.D. Young will check in for the Sand Sharks, sophomore out of Long County High School in Georgia. 5'11".
Was she in her shooting motion when their contact was, or was she still on the drive?
She was on the drive, and I think going to go for a layup, and never really got a chance to finish.
When the whistle blew, I thought the foul might be on the floor.
Mm-hmm. She buries both free throws, 11-2, and Sand Sharks going to take a timeout, gives us a chance to recognize their coach who called that timeout there, Sharon Versip. If you want to hire a coach to start your program, and this is a relatively young program, they've only had basketball at USCB for a couple of seasons. If you're going to hire a coach, how about hiring somebody who spent 15 years as the head coach at Purdue, the winningest coach in Purdue history? She was also head coach at Indiana, 5 years as the head coach at Maine. She's in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. She got 301 wins at Purdue. Averaged 20 wins per season in the Big Ten. I think she's qualified. So she's brought a lot of experience to a young program there at USC Beaufort. And tip of the cap to Quinn Monahan, the athletic director there, and all the staff for finding a great opportunity for her to take over their program and get it started from the ground up. Brand new facility that just opened recently, and a relatively new Division II program after a few years in the NAIA. And again, basketball, only a couple of seasons worth of men's and women's basketball at USC Beaufort, but they're on the rapid rise up there in Beaufort, South Carolina.
And a tip of the hat to a coach who would take that position. There she'd been at the top level of women's collegiate basketball to go to a Division II program that is starting from scratch. And that's an uphill battle. And she gladly took it on. And
yep. Great leadership, obviously great coaching ability, but a wonderful mentor for these young ladies and an opportunity for their program to have a really bright future. 6:20 to go first quarter. 11-2, Saints with the early 9-point lead. A lot of emotion on senior day. The Saints have managed it well and turned it into a positive. Bowman with the drive right side, trying to post feed, can't find it. Now they do. They go inside and kick it back out. Open triple on the way. That's going to be off the mark, and rebound knocked out by, they'll say the Saints touched it last, McCormick. Thought maybe one of the Sandshark players reached over her shoulder and knocked it away, but referee is much closer than I am and gives the ball to USCB. Trigger into Shania Rose, and then post feed down low. Pump fake, nice pump fake, but got caught under the rim. Shot's no good. It'll go to the Saints. Unlucky that time for Lydia Gattazzi, the junior transfer from Canisius. She's from Ohio, but played at Canisius. She's their leading scorer in the year at 13.6 points per game. Gave a nice pump fake on the right side, tried to go up and under on the left. Didn't get far enough away from the under and hit the ball off the bottom side of the rim. Saints ball, and we got some contact here near side. And everybody looks to be okay. Sayla Reddick got caught up in a screen there, and foul's going to go on number one. That's Tanaya Bowman. We have Janaya, Tanaya, and Shania all on the team for USCB. Keeps the broadcasters honest, I guess. Gattazzi checks out, and Janaya Hayward back in the ball game. Saints go down low to Marley Smith, who's seeing her first action. She's got Abby Smith out there as well. No relation between the two Smiths. Reddick on the left-hand wing. Diagonal drive to the elbow. Pull-up jumper. Perfect. That's the area of growth for Sayla Reddick. As a young player, she's only as an inexperienced player. How about that? Somebody new to the starting lineup. The area where she can have great growth is in her scoring because she's been a pass-first point guard. And she's added that scoring touch here recently. Nice cut in there to Dowdy and got tripped up there by Tanaya Bowman.
It was just too long a pass for the Sandsharks. They tried to go cross court, and that is just too far.
Yeah, it's like that quarterback who throws the ball all the way across the field. There's an opportunity for somebody to jump the passing lane, and the same thing happens in college basketball. Reddick triggers. Inside to Marley Smith. Her runner no good. Rebound to the Sandsharks. They're pushing. Hayward's running the floor with the basketball. Abby Smith hustles back to cut her off. Bartlett over here to Hayward. Her jumper is off the mark and rebound picked up. Gonna call her for excessive boxing out, I guess. Yeah, Marley Smith had a pretty good box out against one of the Sandsharks who was trying to come over her back. And while she was literally in the air on her back, she kept moving back on the box out. And the referee, I guess, didn't like that maneuver from Marley Smith. Calls the foul against the Saints, so Sandsharks will keep it front court. Over to Bartlett on a drive off the left side. Jumper over Dowdy, and Dowdy got there a split second late. Got some contact, and will go to the free throw line here for the Sandsharks.
Well, there's been a couple couple possessions where the Saints had the ball and got knocked down, and they may just the referee might have called that one just to make sure that the game stays clean this afternoon.
And sub at the table is going to get in here for her first action today. Brianna Palate, freshman out of Savannah.
6-2.
Free throw from Bartlett is good. Junior college transfer out of Iowa Lakes Community College. 8.6 points per game off the bench, and second free throw no good. She's 77% on the year, but goes 1 for 2. Dowdy Smith steps into a triple. Off the heel, no good. Long rebound corralled by the Sharks, picked up by Hayward. She'll split 2 defenders, now split a third. Find an open teammate on the right-hand baseline, and then Dane Bertolina pokes it away, and the Saints corral it and head the other direction. Bertolina pushing, right side, over to Dowdy. She'll drive with the left hand, take it in for a floater that's blocked, but knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Bartlett. It'll stay with the Saints. Lainey Norika checks in for the first time today. She's in for Marley Smith. Norika, a sophomore out of Newville, Pennsylvania. She'll catch and drop for Bertolina. Now Abby Smith back to Dane, open 3 ball. A little short, Abby's after the rebound and couldn't quite get there in time to save it. It goes out of bounds and it'll be Sandshark possession. 6 minutes in here in St. Augustine. Saints doing a good job on defense, holding the Sandsharks to just 3 points. It's 13-3. Saints by 10. Hayward, right-hand side, working against Aspen Weeks. Drives in for a fadeaway and passes at the last minute. Shots no good by Pelote, and here come the Saints. Bertolina with it in transition. Drops for Abby Smith. Pump fake, ball reach around, poked away. Hayward coming the other direction. Dowdy will slow her down, but she'll finish, and Bertolina gets there late and fouls her, and it's a 3-point play opportunity for USCB. So Hayward will have have 1 free throw, I guess I should say, to add to her point total. She's the second leading scorer at 10.3 points per game. And leading rebounder at 5.7. Free throw is short, and Sayla Reddick rips down the rebound. So no 3-point play, but they do score to make it 13-5. Aspen Weeks on a diagonal drive. Back out to Reddick, who comes through and kicks to Abby Smith. She'll drive, float, and bank it home. Abby Smith's first bucket of the day. Almost 6 points per game for Abby Smith, the freshman out of Boerne, Texas. But she's been playing really well. Probably the last 6 or 8 games, I think she's probably averaging 10 points a game.
It's a nice left-handed, almost a jump hook on that drive.
4 out, 1 in here for the Sandsharks. And a jumper from the perimeter is going to be short. Rebound loose and picked up by the Sharks.
That's where that 6-2 helps.
Another jumper short, and then another rebound. Norika gets the foul, and the Sandsharks will shoot 2 free throws.
Fouls on number 11, Lainey Norika. Stepping to the foul line for the Sandsharks.
Brianna Pelote, the free throw shooter. First is good. Pelote, 59% free throw shooter on the year. 23 out of 39 on the season. And she's a perfect 2 for 2. So 15-7.
2-2-1 press by the Sand Sharks.
Try to get the trap. Saints clear it to Abby Smith. Bounce pass in. Dangerous pass. Knocked away. And last touch by Carly Grimm. Saints turn it over. Abby Smith was wide open and had her back to the basket. When she turned, I think she was shocked that she was that far open.
2 dribbles, she would have had a wide open layup
Yeah,
instead.
she was immediately just expecting to pass and was actually wide open. Post feed in, nicely done, and they'll get Carly Grimm for the foul. Brianna Pelote, the freshman, has checked in here in the last few minutes, and she's having her way inside. Got another basket and another free throw opportunity. Abby Smith going to check out for Destiny McClendon to get back in there. It was 13-3 what seems like moments ago. Free throw no good. Reddick rebounds. 15-9 now, so a 6-2 run here to get right back in this for the Sand Sharks. Reddick to McClendon, and a couple of shuffles before she put the ball on the floor and called for a travel. Just a little bit over 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. We're in St. Augustine on the campus of Flagler College. Peach Belt action, 15-9 Saints over Sand Sharks as of right now. Top of the circle three is on the way, and off the heel, no good. Rebound, fought for, still being fought for, and still loose on the floor, and I think that's going to be a foul on the Sand Sharks. I like that call. Sayla Reddick had the basketball and was getting ready to take her first dribble when number 12, Kimar Griffin, jumped in there and slapped it away from her, but I think she got Sayla across the arm. Is that 5 fouls? The scoreboard says it's 5 fouls. If it is, then we're shooting free throws. Yep, so it'll be 2 shots here for Sayla Reddick. In the women's game, 5 team fouls per quarter. Once you're over that, it's 2 shots. There is no 1-and-1 like in the men's game. Straight to the double bonus once you have 5 fouls. Reddick only a 51% free throw shooter on the year. She missed the first, so if she's on par, she'll make the second. And 2 bounces, unlucky. She goes 0 for 2. So Saints miss a chance there, and here come the Sand Sharks the other way. Into Pelote, and it's blocked by McCormick, and here come the Saints. Reddick to McCormick, a stop and pop triple. She's got 2 threes, but that one's no good. Trying to go 3 for 3 to start the game. Minute 29 to go here, first quarter. Still 15-9. Saints over USC Beaufort. Pelote sets the screen for Hayward. Pull-up jumper from 18 is good. Saints went under the screen and left her open. McCormick bumped and fouled. It's going to go on Hayward. And it's going to put Sherelle McCormick on the free throw line. Much better free throw shooter statistically on the year at 79%.
Stepping to the foul line for the Saints will be number 3, Sherelle McCormick.
Sand Sharks go to the bench, get a couple of subs in there. Araya Garrett checks in for the first time today. Free throw from McCormick is good. One more coming. Scoreboard is incorrect. They gave, it was 15-11. Yeah, the Saints should have 17. They gave the points to the wrong side of the scoreboard. There we go. 17-11. Much better. Final minute of the first quarter. Saints by 6. Post feed deflected by Grimm and knocked out of bounds. Good job there by Carly to front the post. Got a fingertip on it, but not enough to control it. And the Sand Sharks will maintain the possession. Underneath their own basket, off to the right-hand side. They got 11 on the shot clock. Work the perimeter. Throw it back over right side and pass off the mark there. Sheridan Bostic. They were trying to find her. And turned it over. Saints have a chance to go 2 for 1 here. About a 10-second differential if they go quickly. There's Reddick on a drive inside. And Oh, 3 bounces on the rim. Couldn't get the 3-point opportunity, but she will get 2 free throws.
Fouls on number 24.
Foul on Araya Garrett, the senior out of Cleveland.
Salem Medic after the foul line.
And Salem misses another one. 0 for 3 so far at the free throw line today. Deep breath to collect herself and try to knock one in there. And she does. 18-11, Saints by 7. Shot clock turned off. See if Beaufort holds it for the final possession. Looks like they will. Kmar Griffin will stand out near midcourt, dribble it down to 15 with no pressure. And now 10, and they'll start to have some action. Heading right with 8, poked away and stolen by Reddick. Saints need to go quickly. Get it over to McClendon. 3, 2, 1 from half court. And it's off the mark. I don't think it would have counted anyway. The first shot from about 3/4 court was blocked. Got her own rebound and put up another one, but unable to convert. And we'll go to the mid-first quarter break, or I guess the second quarter break. 18-11, Saints by 7 over the Sand Sharks. Give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors here that support Flagler College athletics. And we start with Academy Bus, official bus transportation provider for the Saints. We know the way at Academy Bus. Anchor Faith, a community of people passionate about Jesus. A.D. Davis Construction, builders, developers, and contractors. The Bailey Group, no matter where you want to go, we'll help you get there. B&S Signs, quality signage and service. When it comes to signs, we do it all. And finally, the last one during this stoppage here, Ameris Bank, savings for the expected or the unexpected. That's Ameris Bank. Nice performance by the Flagler College dance team here at the Saints Gymnasium. We get ready for second quarter action. I'm John Phillips. I got Ivan Kelly with me. And Ivan, 18-11. Saints shot the ball well to start the ball game. And then the pace kind of slowed down a little bit offensively for Flagler there in the latter stages.
Defensively, a nice quarter. The Sand Sharks, I didn't call them the Sea Sharks. The Sand Sharks, every shot was pressured. Flagler doing a great job boxing out, holding him to one shot. And for Beaufort, this quarter I expect a little more defensive pressure from them and perhaps a little more ball movement on offense.
Dowdy's got it left-hand side. She'll dribble from right to left. Drop it off for Selah Reddick. Little weave, hand it off to McCormick on a drive, cross court, stop, turn around, a little short, Carly Grimm a rebound. Back over to McCormick, jumper, that's good for Sherelle McCormick.
That's a tough shot. Leaning back as she shot that.
Carly Grimm working hard inside, an offensive rebound and second chance points for the Saints. Here's Bartlett off to Garrett. Jumper from distance, no good. Rebound Dowdy. She's going to push. She's got Grimm with her. Finds Reddick. And Selah's going to U-turn it, get into their half-court set. Backdoor cut. Jumper on the way from the baseline. Nicely done. Sherelle's got the hot hand right now. She's got 10. She hit 2 triples early, and she's had back-to-back field goals there. She goes to double figures. Drive off the right side is rattled in there. Nicely done by Brielle Bartlett.
Tough drive.
That was a tough shot. Bertolina jumper from the free throw line. Too strong, no good. Madison Self rebounds and hands it off to Bartlett. 22-13, Saints by 9. Dowdy, a good job on defense, working hard against Bartlett. Throw it over the left-hand side, poked away, picked up by the Saints. Dowdy's got it in transition. She's got a race. Pump fake, floater, and she'll finish. Dowdy with a nice finish there. It all started because of Sherelle McCormick's defense. Saints by double figures, 24-13. Dowdy fighting through the screen up high. Drive off the right side. Into the post, partially blocked by Grimm and rebounded by the Saints. McCormick off for Bertolina. Drop for Dowdy. Back to Dane, right-hand wing. Got the Grimm screen. Dane to the elbow. Trails it out. Here's Reddick. Turn around in the paint. Off the heel, no good. Rebound, held ball. Good hustle. Grimm reaches in, ties up the USC B player. Possession arrow favors the Sand Sharks, so they'll keep it. But a nice job by Carly Grimm to flip the arrow. And we got Saints think there's a timeout. They're all walking to the bench. Back on the court, ladies. I'm not sure where the confusion happened, but the Saints went to the bench. It was a held ball, no timeout. So we're back to basketball here.
There's so many media timeouts now. Yeah, the whistle blew. That must be a timeout.
Dowdy providing the defense again. They'll go to the high post here to Audra Hillman. Hillman tied up by Bertolina. Kicks it out. They'll drive and split two for a little floater that rattles home. Lydia Gattazzi. There's Dowdy, an open triple. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by the Sharks. Give me a foot race here. Bowman, Dowdy, and Bowman can't finish, but Dowdy called for the foul.
Falls on number 10, Jessica Dowdy.
So Dowdy will pick up the foul. She'll get a seat and get Abby Smith back in the ball game. Our free throw shooter is going to be Tanaya Bowman, sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia. 71% on the year. Almost 9 points per game on the season. And short on the first.
So I guess it was a good foul by Dowdy. Instead of giving up the short two.
And she missed them both. An even better foul now. No points that time down for the Sharks, so it's 24-15. Saints by 9. Bertolina going to drive from right to left. Back out to Aspen Weeks. Take it in for a little turnaround and rattles it in there. First bucket of the day for Aspen Weeks, and the Saints are back up double figures. They lead by 11. Gattazzi on the right-hand side, guarded by Bertolina. Gonna drive in. Well defended. Kicks it back out left-hand side. Three-point attempt on the way. No good. Last touch by Carly Grimm, I believe. And it'll be Sand Shark basketball right in front of the Saints bench. Shot clock to 20 as the shot did hit the rim. So a partial reset. Jada Young checks back in, and Hillman will get out.
The last couple of possessions, Beaufort's kind of rushed their offense, and it's much too early in the game to panic. They need to stay within their system.
Good defense by the Saints to force a turnover. Bertolina ends up with it. Drives and kicks right-hand side. Open three ball. Off the mark, no good. Missed there by McClendon. Nobody on the near side to rebound other than the Sand Sharks, and they come the other way. Drive and drop inside. Nicely done, but well defended on the shot. Might have been partially blocked from behind. McClendon right side. Takes it in, U-turns it. And whistle and a foul away from the ball. They go on the Sand Sharks. Marley Smith in for Carly Grimm. So Bertolina will trigger with 5:23 to go second quarter. Into McClendon with a Marley Smith screen. Gets some space, gets it blocked, and earns two shots. The ball was blocked by one of the players off to the left-hand side, and one of the players on the right kind of got her with the body.
Number 0, Janiyah Hayward.
They call the foul on Hayward
Destiny McClendon
and
to
put
the foul
McClendon
line
at the
for
free
Saints.
throw line. One of the best free throw shooters in recent history at Flagler College. Talked about her numbers at length during her senior day recognition. She's 88% on the year. $112 out of 128 on the year. And she does make both this time. She missed her first free throw today, but has made every one since. Unofficially, I've got her 5 for 6. Saints push it up to a 13-point cushion, 28-15, approaching the midway point of the second quarter. The first dead ball after the 5-minute mark will be that media timeout. So we'll see if we get that here fairly shortly. There's an open three for the Sand Sharks, and off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to Flagler College. Not quite at the 5-minute mark, 5:02, so next dead ball. Sand Sharks to the bench. Rose checks in, and Pelote checks out. Rose, the senior out of Nottingham, England, transfer from Florida Southwestern.
And Beaufort goes to a 1-2-2 zone.
There's Weeks, top of the circle. High post, Smith. Turn and shoot from 15, perfect. That mid-range jumper is right in Marley Smith's wheelhouse. And the Sand Sharks going to burn a timeout. This should automatically become our media timeout. It was taken from the bench, though. It was taken by Coach Versip. So timeout is called, and they're going to ask for a 30-second timeout, but I think it automatically becomes a media because of where it is in the series of play. We're under 5 minutes, so it's 30-15. Saints have them doubled up here in St. Augustine right now and trying to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Get you a couple more sponsor mentions here while we have a minute. Birchall and Company, find your home today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Carrabba's, so close you can taste it. South State Bank, welcome to banking forward. And Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. A couple more to finish up this segment. Capital Financial Strategies, a full-service financial company serving North Florida and South Georgia. And finally, Caldwell Banker Premier Realty, fulfilling the dream of home since 1906. Thanks for supporting Flagler College Athletics. Saints 30, Sand Sharks 15. Midway through the second quarter. And trying to get some updated stats. Last update was 4-0 Flagler. So those are obviously a little bit out of date. I keep hitting the refresh button and I keep getting nothing. So a data feed issue right now. So we'll get you stats when we can. Most importantly, it's 30-15 Flagler. Sand Sharks beat the press. Race at front court quickly. Jumper on the right baseline on the way is good from Brielle Bartlett. And we got a travel. Saints turn it over. Coach Mo quickly to the bench. After that turnover, he'll get Abby Smith out for the senior Sherelle McCormick. McClendon providing some defensive pressure here against Bowman. Saints continue to stay straight man-to-man defense. Denying the post. Bowman drives right side. Stays on the dribble. Kicks it back out, and that's going to be an over and back violation. Tried to throw a bounce pass to Brielle Bartlett, and ball took an inadvertent bounce and ricocheted off her. I don't know if it hit her arm first, then her knee, or her knee first, then her arm, and it went into the backcourt. Last touched by the Sand Sharks. That's an over and back violation. Ball to the Saints. McCormick with a drive, and they'll say she pushed off just enough with that elbow. And she's called for an offensive foul. So back-to-back turnovers to start this portion of the ball game after the media timeout for the Saints.
She gave her just enough of a flipper to dislodge Bowman, and right in front of the official. So
drop it off to the high post and then give it back to the point guard, and the shot's a little short. Rebound Saints. Skip it over far side. Open look from Weeks. It is good. Aspen Weeks. She is not a big three-point shooter. Only 5 made threes on the season, but that one was perfect. As Bartlett over to Rose. Back to Bartlett right side. She'll drive right baseline and float it up and stick it in. There's Weeks looking for Marley Smith. Can't find her. Open three on the way from the Saints. Off the mark that time from McClendon. Sharks rebound. Immediately get double teamed, but do a good job beating the press. Now they'll clear the timeline and slow it down. Bartelt's got it at the top of the circle. Guarded by Weeks. Drives in, loses the handle, and they'll say last touch by Flagler. Couple subs for the Sand Sharks and one for the Saints. McCormick out for, McClendon out for Dowdy. Turn it into Rose, back over to Bartelt. Bostic, an open three from long distance, is off the mark and rebounded by Sayla Reddick. Reddick over to Dowdy, who's racing. Trails it back. Gets it back. Dowdy. Three is off the mark. Unlucky. That was a good look there from Dowdy.
It's 2/3 of the way down.
Sand Sharks throw it down low, and Reddick commits the foul rather than giving up the uncontested layup there by Kmar Griffin. Good foul. Griffin will shoot free throws. She's only taken 20 free throws on the year, and she's 10 for 20. Obviously, you don't know who you're fouling on a play like that. You just see an uncontested layup and feel like make them earn their points. And as it turns out, with a 50% free throw shooter, this may or may not become a good foul. First free throw is good from Kmar Griffin, sophomore out of Guyton, Georgia. 33-19, Saints by 14 at the 2:08 mark of the second quarter. And she makes them both. Reddick to McCormick. Looking for Marley Smith. The drive baseline, get cut off and kick out to Bertolina. Squares up a triple. It's good from Dane Bertolina.
Dave Bertolina from downtown for the Saints.
A lot of folks here supporting Dane Bertolina on her senior day. And that's just an unlucky timing play there. Kmar Griffin went to go for the ball and kind of jumped in midair and had a little bump in with Bertolina while she was in midair and crumbles to the ground, and they call a foul on Dane. Clear the timeline after pressure. Saints lead it by 15. Final 2 minutes before halftime. We're going to get an offensive foul. Marley Smith got shoved to the ground while they're trying to post up in there by Shania Rose. And the Saints will get the ball back.
Beaufort looks a little out of sync on offense. The Flagler pressure's eating up some of the shot clock, and then they get down, and it doesn't look like they know exactly where they want to go with the ball.
Bertolina, Reddick, and Dowdy.
They're back to the 2-3 zone.
Lob in to Marley Smith, poked away by Pelote. Saints will get Maria Paula Garcia in for the first time today. 5'10" freshman out of Columbia.
Boy, that's a recruiting budget. You go down to Columbia to find a player.
Here's Dowdy working the perimeter. Into Bertolina, back out to Reddick. High-low set up, Bertolina in the high post. She'll drive right side, spin, and try to drop it off. Deflected and stolen. Nice behind the back move coming front court by the Sand Sharks. Put a shot up that's no good. Rebound to the Sharks, though. Gattazzi had the missed jumper on the run out. Throw it to the corner, then post feed inside. Over Garcia, and Pelote scores.
Good patience by the Sand Sharks.
Dowdy into Bertolina. Jumper from 10. Left it short. Rebound picked up here by Madison Self. Saints by 15, the final 30 seconds of the second quarter. Shot clock and game clock, about a 2-second differential. Here's Pelote, a jumper from 17. It's good. Pelote's having a big first half. That freshman out of Savannah. She's by far their leading scorer. Saints have a chance with 5, a long 3 ball. Off the mark, Pelote corrals the rebound, and that'll take us to halftime here in St. Augustine. So Saints off to a good start. They lead at 36-25. Saints by 11. And we'll see if we can get our live stats updated. We'll give them a split second to work on that while we give you a couple of additional sponsor mentions. Evans Automotive, quality work at a fair price. Endorphin Farms, a fully licensed sauce and manufacturing facility. Hero of Florida, your partner for the complete equipment lifestyle. Jersey Mike Subs, a sub above. The Mowry Law Firm, proud supporter of Flagler College Athletics. New Day Design Company for all your architectural needs. The Noah Bailey Group, your local real estate experts. And finally, Northeast Florida Regional Airport, the smart choice for all your air travel needs.
Now you come up from Daytona. Do you? Is that where you land your private jet?
Yeah, if I had a private jet, that's exactly where I would learn.
You're an Embry-Riddle grad. I'm sure you know how to handle the cockpit.
I could give it a shot. My jet experience is somewhat limited, but aerodynamics is still the same, I guess. Pull back on the stick. Houses get smaller. Houses get bigger. Houses get smaller. Houses get bigger. Yeah, it's a pretty easy drive, about an hour, almost all interstate. The hardest part, as you know, by experience, is King Street.
Once you get to downtown St. Augustine.
Come across the bridge and slow down.
It's an NBA scout. I had to drive all over creation and go into Tampa to see, like, University of South Florida when they were in the Big East. And he's like, how long does it take to get to Tampa? Well, it could be 3 hours. It could be 7 hours. You never know. It depends on Orlando.
Yeah, the I-4 commute through Orlando is bad, and then as soon as you hit Tampa, it usually gets worse, whether it's on 275 or 4 or whatever part of Tampa you're going to. So we got Senior Day going on for the dance team right now, so we're going to take a pause here. It's 36-25, Saints by 11. Still don't have any live stats, so we'll try to get some updated information if we can about what's going on in terms of individual performances. But right now, most importantly, it's Flagler 36 and USCB Sand Sharks 25. We're at halftime in St. Augustine. We'll be right back.
And next up is Samantha Ostrander. Sam is a top girl and is graduating with a major in graphic design and minor in advertising. Congratulations, Samantha. senior cheerleaders, Kelsey, Alexis, and Samantha. Congratulations on your illustrious career here at Flagler College.
North Georgia's winning and on the stage winning. So I can get stats on those games. Nothing else. Old-fashioned pitcher tool out of the Drysdale field, 1-0 in the 7-8 total.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a quick second to recognize senior dance captain Alexis Griffin. Congratulations, Alexis.
All right, back to basketball here to start the second half. Saints have the basketball first, and they do have that 11-point cushion. USCB back in that 2-3 zone. Saints have not had great success against the zone thus far. There's an open three left wing, and it's good. That'll get you out of the zone potentially if you can start knocking down those three balls. Soraya McCormick hit 2 3-pointers to start the first half. She starts the second half with a similar result. Saints going to play man-to-man. Bertolina working hard on defense. Sand Sharks kick it all the way back out on the perimeter. Shot clock down to 9. Reddick will guard Bowman. Bowman drops out high here for Gattazzi. And did she get it off in time? She did, but the Saints get the rebound. Had to kind of throw up a wild runner because the shot clock was about to expire. It drew rim, but the Saints rebounded it. And a reach-in foul. Got her with the body. Reached around with the right hand and got the ball, but prevented her drive with the body. A blocking foul called on Shania Rose. Senior from Nottingham, England, but she is a transfer from Florida Southwestern, one of the state's newest junior colleges in terms of facilities down there between Fort Myers and Naples area. Beautiful campus down there and wonderful athletic facilities at Florida Southwestern. Another three for the Saints. That one's off the mark from McCormick. There's an open three for the Sand Sharks. That's also off the mark. That was Gattazzi. She's had a quiet afternoon offensively so far. Reddick bumped in transition. Before the shot, they'll call the foul on 0-0 Janiah Hayward. Second team foul here against the Sand Sharks in the first 90 seconds. So another three-point attempt for McCormick. It's off the mark. She's 1 for 3 here in the third quarter. Saints by 14. Post feed in, deflected and picked up by the Saints. They'll come the other direction. Reddick's got it, drive and kick over to McClendon. She'll go baseline and off the window and good. Nice job there by Destiny McClendon. Sand Sharks have already burned 2 timeouts this game. They're getting shut out right now, 5-0. Got to be careful. Don't want to burn a third timeout this early. They also got to keep this one within reach. Jumper on the way is off the mark. Long rebound picked up by the Sand Sharks. Bounce pass down inside. That's Pelote.
Rebounded basket by number 35, Brianna Pelote.
Post feed to Grimm, poked away. 2-on-1 fast break. Gattazzi gets ahead of the pack and scores it.
Number 4, Lydia.
4 quick ones right there after being down 5-0 to start the third quarter. Bertolina in the high post. Finds McClendon. Her jumper on the baseline is good. Saints have done a good job finding the space in that zone, and I think that might be what Coach Mo is going to talk about being more consistent in finding that space. So the first called timeout of the second half goes to the Saints. And, of course, the first called timeout by either team in the second half automatically becomes a media timeout. So this will be a full timeout. Give us a chance to mention a couple of other sponsor mentions right here. We'll start with 123 Burger House. Grillin' and chillin' at the 123 Burger House, just about 2 blocks west of our campus here in St. Augustine. The Pink Stork, the wellness brand for women. Pip Printing, achieve your marketing goals at Pip Printing. UF Health St. John's, a bright new beginning in healthcare. Hyundai of St. Augustine, when it comes to dreaming big, we're thinking of every mile. And Salt Life, eat, drink, and be salty. And finally, the Holiday Inn Express, Flagler College Athletics official hotel. That's the Holiday Inn Express here in St. Augustine. It's 43-29, Saints by 14 over the Sand Sharks. 7:06 to go third quarter. Our first timeout of the third quarter here at the Flagler College Gymnasium. I'm John Phillips with Ivan Kelly bringing you all the action here in the Peach Belt. And coming up later today, the men from USCB and Flagler will do battle about 25 or 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, right here on this same floor. Sand Shark basketball. The Saints leading by 14. Pressure here in the backcourt. Just a little bit of pressure to take them out of their rhythm and use a little more clock. Gattazzi, Hayward into the high post to Pelote. Turn and shoot from 15. Rattles around, no good. Rebound picked up by McCormick. Saints trying to race it. Reddick's got it right side. Back to Aspen Weeks. Post feed Grimm. Backs in, kicks out. Reddick a drive, looking for a helper. Finds Weeks, quickly over to Dowdy. Post feed Grimm. Off the window and good for Carly Grimm. Saints did a good job spreading the floor that time. Great space for Grimm to post up. Gattazzi a drive and kick, but nothing doing yet. Bowman, Hayward, Pelote, keep it moving. Jumper blocked by Grimm and rebounded by Reddick. Dowdy in transition. Finds Weeks in the paint. Couldn't finish it. And the Sand Sharks come the other way. Saints by 16. Lob into Pelote. And she'll put it up and put it in.
Basket is good by 35.
Grimm tried to draw the charge, didn't get the call. Pelote able to finish it. There's Weeks again, and better luck this time.
And there's a nice layup by 0, Aspen Weeks.
What a great pass to see her open right in the middle of the paint to deliver that on time.
Sand Sharks didn't get back on defense that time, and a basically uncontested layup. And we're going to get a foul called on the Saints here at the other end. 2 shots coming for USCB.
Coach
Foul.
Mo Smith exhorting his team to get back defensively.
Fouls on Carly Grimm. Bunch of subs at the table, most of them for USCB, but Grimm out for Marley Smith.
Making her way to the foul line is number 1, Tanaya Bowman.
Tanaya Bowman, a 71% free throw shooter, will be our shooter. And Brielle Bartelt is at the scorer's table to check in if Bowman converts on the second free throw. If not, it'll be a live ball and she'll have to wait. She does make them both, and here comes the sub for the shooter. 2 for 1, Brielle Bartelt in, and number 1, Tanaya Bowman out. Saints by 14, still pretty comfortable margin right now. Looking to trap here in the backcourt. Get it to Weeks. Out to Smith. McCormick open. Jumper good. Sherrill's having a good day. She's got at least 15. Again, we have no live stats, so hard to give you an exact number. It's either a foul or a travel. Yeah, she took about 3 steps. They're going to call the foul. It's going to go on 15, Selah Reddick. There's a drive there by Gattazzi all the way across the paint. She's the leading scorer on the season. Junior out of Chardon, Ohio.
She'll shoot 2.
Division I transfer from Canisius. Bertolina returns, brings Abby Smith with her.
We're going to have a timeout on the court.
This should be our media timeout. We're under 5 minutes, 4:46 to be exact. Takes us to our third quarter media timeout before the free throws. 49-33, Saints by 16 pending the free throws. Couple of sponsor mentions here. First off with Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68. We don't just serve barbecue, we are barbecue. Spartan Orthopedic Institute, sports medicine and robotic surgery. St. Augustine Marina, for all your boating and fishing needs. The St. John's Family Funeral Home, services unique as life. And finally, the Stellar Group, taking solutions further. Saints 49, USCB 33. We're at the mid-third quarter media timeout. And again, men's basketball coming up about 25 or 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Other games in the Peach Belt in women's basketball at halftime, both North Georgia and Columbus State were winning, and that continues. North Georgia 49, Augusta 35 in the third quarter is almost done there in Augusta. And Columbus State 61, Lander 39, that game in Columbus. So 17-7 Columbus State over 11-11 Lander. And 23-2 North Georgia leading 17-7 Augusta in other Peach Belt action. First free throw by Gattazzi is good. One more coming. Good as well. Dowdy and Bertolina work against the press. They go over the top to Weeks. Thought about a three-pointer. She'll drive and shoot it from 15 instead, and that's much better in her range. She's a mid-range shooter as opposed to a three-point shooter, even though she did make one earlier. Just 17% on the season from three-point area. Inside for a floater from Bartelt. And they call the foul on Dowdy. Might have been a little bit of acting there, I think. I'm not sure there was a...
I think Bartelt sold that one pretty good.
Yeah, she did sell it really well. Yeah, she threw her head back before Dowdy even took a swing at the ball. So, but she does earn the free throws.
Well, I think the Screen Actor Guild Awards are tomorrow night, so she might have been inspired by weekend television.
First free throw, no good. One more coming. She does make one of two. 51-36. 15-point lead here for the Saints.
They continue with the press. Haven't really gotten much out of it.
Clear the timeline to Bertolina. Cross-court pass, Weeks. Now high post, Smith. Kick out to Bertolina. Now Reddick. Baseline, Abby over with Marley, and the Smiths tried to get together. They went low post to Marley, high post back to Abby, and she was trying to kick it over to Marley on the left wing, and pass off the mark, turned over. Abby Smith out for Sherelle McCormick.
Got good intentions by the Saints on that possession. It just
didn't come together.
Didn't come together.
Yep.
They got it in the middle. The zone collapsed on her. She went to the short corner, but couldn't quite get that pass there.
Hayward going to drive in against McCormick for a turnaround. They're going to call her for a travel before she took the shot. Sand Sharks going to jump back into that press. Bertolina with Reddick playing catch. And knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bartelt. It'll be Saints ball. 26 on the shot clock. Into Reddick. She'll clear the timeline to Weeks. Now Bertolina back to Weeks. Post feed Marley Smith. And off the right side. Shot no good, but they'll get a foul on 24, Araya Garrett.
There's two ways you can penetrate a zone. You can penetrate with the dribble, which is probably a little more common, or you can penetrate with the pass, which is what Flagler's doing.
Yep, and a good job with the bounce pass there. That was the key to that entry pass there to Marley Smith. Marley's first free throw is good. She's 73% on the year. 8 points and 4 rebounds. And 2 nice free throws. Saints push it up to a 17-point cushion, 53-36, 3:31 to go third quarter. Long three ball on the way is well off the mark. Rebounded by the Sand Sharks. Bartelt back over right wing for a runner. They float it down low and convert inside. Nice job there moving the basketball. They do finally find Garrett for an easy finish. Pass came to her from Sheridan Bostic.
They pull off the press, but they stay in the zone.
Kind of an in-between pass there from McCormick looking for Bertolina. It wasn't a chest pass and it wasn't a bounce pass. It was somewhere in the middle. It was a bounce pass that basically hit right at her feet and unable to control the short bounce. And the Saints turn it over. Reddick trying to force her to go left. Post feed inside, no good but a foul. Throw it in there to Shania Rose.
Fouls on number 0, Aspen Weeks.
Bertolina out for Carly Grimm.
Shania Rose to the foul line for the Sand Sharks. She'll shoot 2.
Sand Sharks are going with a bigger lineup. They've got both Rose at 6 foot and Garrett at 6'1" on the floor. So the Saints are going to counter and get Carly Grimm back in the game. Free throws off the mark, Grimm rebounds. Saints lead it by 14, 2:35 to go third quarter. Underneath the Grimm, good look, good find, good finish.
A little confusion by the Sand Sharks.
Yep, got a little too unbalanced on the zone. Left the middle wide open. Good post feed inside for Garrett to back down against Carly Grimm and finish.
Off the glass.
Saints will overload it. High post, low post. There's Grimm. Left it short that time and rebounded by the Sand Sharks. Bostic over to Bartelt. Quickly front court. Rose. Throw it down low for a turnaround fadeaway. That's no good, but rebounded by the Sand Sharks. Rose going to drive in and kick to Bostic and then get it back. First shot no good. Second shot no good. Carly Grimm rips down the rebound. She might have got away with an offensive foul as she turned and initiated some contact with her elbow. There's Grimm into a double team. Cutter to Smith. She'll throw it up and get the blocking foul. Called against the Sand Sharks. I think it's on Hayward. Yeah, 0-0 is the foul. Marley Smith will be our free throw shooter. Was at the line a few moments ago and converted 2 for 2. See if she can do the same thing. Bertolina checks back in for Reddick.
She'll shoot 2.
First is good. And Marley's got them both. So 4 for 4 from the free throw line here in the third quarter for Marley Smith. Saints push the lead back to 16, 57-41. Just a little bit over a minute to go third quarter. 1:08 to be exact as the Sand Sharks have the basketball out at the top of the circle. A little bit of confusion getting into their set. They'll go to Bostic for a long three that's well off the mark, and Karam's out of bounds. It'll go to the Saints. Want to jump back into their press here as Coach Versip hollers for the team to hustle into position. Saints beat the press and go left side. McCormick and tried to attack the baseline and dribbled it out of bounds. Tried to go a little too quickly that time. Final minute here to the third quarter, 45 seconds to be exact, as the Sand Sharks bring it front court. Kmar Griffin left-hand side with Bertolina. Get a screen. Drop it back here to Bartelt. Jumper on the way. Off the mark, no good. Stick back. Also no good, but a foul. Shania Rose will be our free throw shooter as the Saints pick up a foul.
Number 14, Marley Smith.
Marley Smith gets the personal. Shania Rose, 73% on the year, will be the shooter. Five points, 5.4 rebounds per game. Off the mark with the first free throw. One more coming.
We'll see if Coach Mo Smith opts for one last shot this quarter. I would expect they would.
I would think so, unless there's a layup. Second free throw good.
Sometimes the coach will say one shot, and you got a wide open look, and
There's a pressure in the backcourt. They'll clear the timeline to Weeks. Now back to
Flagler's done an excellent job handling that press today.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to hold it for the final shot as McCormick will dribble it out near midcourt with 10, 9, 8,
Can't
7.
wait too long against the zone.
McCormick with the screen from Marley Smith to Weeks to Smith. Pump fake on the way. Off the mark. Got a good look. Wouldn't go. And it would have counted. Marley Smith released it with about 0.8 of a second left. And unlucky off the rim, no good. So we'll go to the fourth quarter with a 57-42. Saints by 15 give us a chance to get our last couple sponsor mentions in. And we'll start with, I believe we left off here at Stellar Group, taking solutions further. Sunshine Realty for all your real estate needs. Taylor and Waldrop, St. Augustine lawyers backed by experience. Sniffen and Spellman, PA, a full-service law firm representing clients statewide. UBS Financial, pursue what matters most to you for today, tomorrow, and generations to come. And finally, Vested Metals. We are a customer-centric and solution-based metal supplier. Thanks to all those good folks who help make Saints athletics as successful as it is today. Again, I'm John Phillips. I got Ivan Kelly with me here at the Flagler College Gymnasium in downtown St. Augustine. Peach Belt Conference action against the University of South Carolina at Beaufort. Saints 57, Sand Sharks 42.
Yesterday I was sitting in an advertising class I was asked to take, and Vested Metals has taken part of their annual marketing budget and is letting the students in this class design a marketing plan and an advertising plan for his company.
That's fantastic.
It is.
Real world experience.
It's real dollars going to real places.
Yeah.
And expecting real results.
Sand Shark basketball here in the front court as we start the fourth quarter. They go to the high post. Drop it off to Self. And a runner off the right side is good. First basket of the day for Madison Self. Sophomore out of Denver, North Carolina, not Denver, Colorado. Three-pointer for the Saints is off the mark, but Grimm rebounds. Shoots the fadeaway and rattles it home. Dowdy missed the three. Grimm loses her shoe, and she's going to play with one sock. So as soon as she can get a chance to get it replaced, she will, and the referee sees the basket scored and allows her to get her shoe back on. Will they stop the game long enough for her to get it on, or will she have to check out? Nope, she's got it on quickly, so we'll get back to basketball.
She was guarding Pelote and realized what the situation was, and she alertly ran right to the front of the rim. And she said, "Give me the ball."
Reddick trapped in the backcourt, finds McClendon, who finds Smith. The Saints clear the press. Now McClendon, now Smith, a pump fake and drop for Dowdy. She thought about a three, and she'll skip it over here to McClendon. Over toward Grimm. Back to Marley Smith. Kick it out to Reddick. She'll drive diagonally and We're going to get a moving screen called on Marley Smith. Reddick was driving, and Smith ran into the person guarding her while she was moving. You can set a screen, or you can run around, but you can't run into the defensive player. And Marley Smith called for the offensive foul. Saints will go to the bench, get Smith out for McCormick. 59-46. Saints by 13, under 9 minutes to go in the ball game here in St. Augustine. Bowman out to Pelote, and they try to go for a post feed, and the Saints get a foul. Playing defense on McCormick. Non-shooting foul, so the ball will go to the baseline and give it to USCB. Shot clock goes partial reset to 20. They look for Pelote. Still look, and then finally get it to her. She's out to Bowman. Post feed into Pelote. They double team. Back out to Bowman for a drive, and left it short. Rebound to Grimm. Here comes Reddick, racing front court. To McClendon for three. Front of the rim, side of the rim, back of the rim. Goes in, triple is good. You don't often get that friendly roll on a three-point attempt, but on senior day, maybe karma.
Yeah, especially from the corner. You don't have the backboard to have to help.
When it's your senior day and you sung the national anthem before the game, you're going to get some friendly rolls. At least you should. Foul in the backcourt called on the Saints. 62-46. And a couple of subs here for USCB.
Looks on offense like the Sand Sharks have decided to attack the rim. They're driving more than they were before, and hoping to get fouled.
Bowman runs the show. Over to Gattazzi. Post feed into Self, and she called for a travel. Caught the ball and took a little hop before she got started. Madison Self, 5'10", has been quiet offensively, but starting to come to life here in the latter stages. They've been looking for her more. Ball kicked out of bounds here on the near side. Stay with the Saints. McClendon into Reddick. Destiny's driving right side, back to Sela. Back over, near side, three-point attempt. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped by Bertolina, but couldn't control it. Bowman sneaks in there and gets it. Off to Gattazzi. Post feed Self over Bertolina, no good, and last touched by the Sand Sharks. It'll be Saints ball. Thought Bertolina might have gotten away with a foul there on her defense there, working against Madison Self.
It was good defense to go in and alertly realize that nobody's there. She tried her best to defend that larger player.
Open three is good for Destiny McClendon. That one the more conventional way. Didn't take three bounces off the rim, just went straight on through. 65-46, Saints with back-to-back three balls have pushed it from 13 to 19. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Jumper from the elbow, no good. Good rebound, put back for Pelote for the Sand Sharks. She went up over top of Grimm and got the rebound and stuck it back through. McCormick, skip pass for Bertolina. She corrals it. Lob to the high post, turn and face from Bertolina. Off the mark, rebound Grimm, put back good. Saints push it back to a 19-point cushion.
There is a battle going on at the low post with Grimm and Pelote.
Here's Gattazzi. Around the horn, Self.
Getting physical down there.
There's Gattazzi. Drive in for a floater. It's too strong, but they'll get a foul. Gatazi's been pretty quiet offensively, coming in at their leading scorer at 13.6. But she's pretty much been held in check today by the Saints. And wholesale substitutions, quite literally, for the Sand Sharks. 5 fresh bodies at the table. Everybody but the shooter is checking out. And if the second free throw is good, she'll get out as well. First free throw good from Gatazi. 63% on the year. She does make them both, and that'll earn her a trip to the bench with Shania Rose checking in. So it's Jada Young, Shania Rose, Audra Hillman, Kamar Griffin, and Sheridan Bostic on the floor for the Sand Sharks. Bertolina, Weeks, looking for the post feed down low, knocked out of bounds. Good ball movement by the Saints. The last and final pass was the only one that got deflected, as the Saints picked apart that zone very well with diagonal passing. And until the last pass, and that was the most important one.
Last pass was a little late. Grimm was open, and when she realized it, by the time she realized it, the defender had slid in there enough to get a hand on the pass.
Shot clock on 20, so the Saints have a fair amount of time. Here comes Reddick on a drive. Stop and kick, and kicked it too hard. Kicked it all the way into the backcourt, and Aspen Weeks will touch it, and that'll be a backcourt violation. 5:36 to play in the ball game. Saints still lead by 17. Here comes McCormick for Reddick. Get a rest. Saints got out to a 13-3 lead in the early stages of the ball game and have pretty much had this one in control ever since. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Oh, they call it travel. Either way, Saints are getting the basketball. Spun and initiated some contact with the lead elbow, and the spin is what was called.
I was a little surprised because she had the elbow up around the throat. That's usually a foul.
Marley Smith with a leaner off the right side. A little too strong, gets her own rebound, back up and fouled. Foul on Kamar Griffin. They'll put Marley Smith back to the free throw line. She was pretty efficient from the free throw line in the third quarter. See if she can keep it that way. And the announcer's jinx works once again. My bad. She misses the first after making 4 in a row there in the third quarter. And missed them both. Left that one short. Saints still lead by 17. And we're going to get a reach-in foul on the Saints on call it on McCormick, I think.
Falls on number 3, Sherelle McCormick. Stepping to the foul line for the Sand Sharks is number 13, Audra Hillman.
That's 5 fouls on the Saints. Not even midway through the fourth quarter, so that'll put the Sand Sharks on the free throw line for the remainder of the game. Hillman misses the first and misses the second. Came in as an 80% free throw shooter, but 0 for 2. Saints race it front court, trail it back to Marley Smith. Stop and pop is good. And timeout taken by the Sand Sharks. Back up to a 19-point cushion at the 4:57 mark. This should become our media timeout. The Saints lead it by 19, 69-50 over USCB. Both teams kind of on pace as to what they normally do. For a full game, USCB averages about 60 points, and they have 50 right now. Saints average 70, and they're probably going to be a little above average today with already having 69 points. and still almost 5 minutes to play. Saints looking to go to 8-8 and even up their conference record at 500. They are in a good position to fight for a home game in the first round of the conference tournament. In the Peach Belt Conference, the top 8 teams make the tournament. 1 hosts 8, 2 hosts 7, 3 hosts 6, and 4 hosts 5. So you got to get to the top 4 to host. And the Saints are currently in 6th place, but the separation from 4th place to 5th place to 6th place is just 1 game.
After today, just 2 games left in the regular season. So every game is very important for the standings.
The Saints are fighting with Georgia College and Georgia Southwestern. They're tied with Georgia Southwestern at 7-8, and Georgia College is 8-7. Here come the Sand Sharks, front court out of the timeout. They only have 1 left. Post feed inside. Skip pass, Rose, cross court. She'll drive with the left hand, no good. Long rebound. Last touch by the Saints. It'll stay with the Sand Sharks with a partial reset at 20. Saints have Bertolino, McCormick, McClendon, Marley Smith, and Aspen Weeks on the floor. Bostic right side. Drive and kick out here to Rose. Back to Bostic. Back to Rose. And now left side. Skip pass inside. Deflected and picked up by Rose. I don't think she got it off in time, and the referees agree. Shot clock violation. Ball's going to go to the Saints. And here come 5 fresh bodies for the Sand Sharks.
Down 19, you want to take a good shot, but the clock is now a factor, and they can't afford to be that patient on offense, and especially not to even get a shot. But great defense by Flagler to not give them an open look and to have them keep passing the ball.
Yeah, worst case scenario for the Saints, you want to make them use 30 seconds, and if they do score, so be it. But best case scenario, use 30 seconds and not score. And technically not even get a shot. Trying to find Marley Smith. They do. She'll dribble and drive over to Bertolina. Left it short. Dowdy rebounds. Rips it out of there. Finds Marley. Out to McCormick. 3-ball is good for Sherelle McCormick. She's having a special day on senior day here at the home court. 72-50. Get a foul called against the Saints inside on Marley Smith. No, they're going to get the offensive foul. Yeah, it looked like she initiated with the elbow. I thought so. That was Araya Garrett who cleared out inside.
And the officials have been very consistent with that today, which as a player, that's what you want. You want to know what is a foul and what isn't a foul.
Bertolina for a 3-ball, too strong. Rebound Sand Sharks.
A little too quick in the shot clock.
Yeah. Bartell to jumper over Dowdy, no good, but a foul.
Fouls on number 10.
Flagler probably doesn't need another point to win this game.
Yeah, doubtful that USCB is going to score 22 points in 3 minutes.
Their opponent now is the clock.
First free throw attempt is good for Brielle Bartelt. Waterville, Minnesota is home. Transfer from Iowa Lakes Community College.
She's had a nice game today.
She has. She makes them both. Yeah, Bartelt and Pelote have been the 2 best offensive weapons for the Sand Sharks. Here's McClendon with a jumper. Off the heel, no good. She gets her own rebound, though. Trails it back to Reddick, who's going to manage the clock. She's a good quarterback for the Saints. Shot clock down to single digits. It's at 7. Reddick drives left. Got the Marley Smith screen. Takes it all the way cross court. And they're going to say Marley was moving once he set the screen. Moving screen gives the ball back to the Sand Sharks. 72-52. Saints by 20 at the 2:39 mark. Bowman throws the lob inside for Garrett, and then Garrett is fouled. Foul on Selah Reddick, who tried to reach in to help there. Marley Smith was playing post defense, and Reddick tried to reach in and slap the ball away. So she's called for the foul. Marley Smith will check out, and Maria Paula Garcia will get in the game.
Stepping to the foul line for the Sand Sharks is number 24, Aria Garrett.
Garcia, redshirt freshman at Villa Vicencio, Colombia. Went to prep school here in Florida, so maybe the recruiting didn't have to involve a trip all the way to Columbia. She went to Schoolhouse Prep. And a timeout taken by USCB. So that's their final timeout of the ball game here with 2:31 to go. And that's just pure coaching. I mean, they're down 18 points with 2.5 minutes to go. Barring something ridiculous, they're not going to win the game today. But a veteran coach over there who is still teaching. The game is never over, and the learning never stops, no matter what the score is. So. Not sure exactly what the message is, but the bottom line is she has not given up coaching this young ball club. Just her second season and just the second season of existence for a basketball program at USC Beaufort. So credit to their head coach, Sharon Versip. As we mentioned previously, spent a number of years at Purdue University, the all-time winningest coach at Purdue, and over 300 Division I wins to her credit. And she is taking on a tough task here, starting a basketball program from scratch, but she's doing a good job over there with the young ladies from USC Beaufort, and the coaching continues right up to the very, very end.
And for Coach Mo Smith from Flagler, today would be their 4th win in a row, which is an amazing comeback because they had just come off a 5-game losing streak when the future of the season looked very questionable, and here they are battling to potentially have a home game in the first round of the conference tournament.
Yeah, lost to Lander, North Georgia, Aiken, Georgia College, and Columbus State, 5 in a row before starting a winning streak that's going to extend to 4 games here in just a little bit. Reddick, McCormick, and McClendon playing catch on the perimeter with Garcia setting the screen. Garcia at the top of the circle, looking for a helper. Here comes McClendon, jumper from 17. No good, rebound Garcia. Bounce off the window, no good, another rebound, up, blocked again. Rebound fought for, comes to the Saints. Kick it out and work some clock here to Reddick. She'll drive, spin, pump, over to Garcia. Back to Reddick, patiently to Bertolina. Eyes a 3-ball. It's good for Dane Bertolina. And a rolling timeout here. Coach Mo Smith burns a timeout to get some subs in the game.
And get the seniors the recognition.
The seniors will check out. Reddick, McCormick, Bertolina, and who did I leave out? McClendon, McCormick, Bertolina, and Reddick in some order there. They're all out. The seniors get their send-off. And with 1:45 to play, Saints by 21. Clock didn't quite get started when the ball was inbounded, so they'll get it reset here. Under 2 minutes to go. 1:43 is what they put it on instead of 1:45. Saints 75, USCB 54. Runner for the Sand Sharks, no good. Long rebound corralled by Ashley Forner. To a jumper, that's good from Bartelt.
Took 2 hard dribbles left and turned.
Abby
Pulled up a
Smith clears the timeline. She's got Aspen Weeks with her. Also has both Lily Jacobus and Emerson Coots on the court for the first time today. Smith beyond the three-point line with 9 on the shot clock. Drive and hand it off to Weeks, and Weeks is bumped here on the perimeter by Tanaya Bowman. That's just the 3rd foul on USCB, so no shots, 20 on the shot clock. Saints ball near side. And a couple of subs here at the table for the Sand Sharks. Griffin and Young back in the game. And right now it's 6 on 5. Somebody's got to check out, and it'll be Bartelt. That's Coots with the basketball for Smith. Now Jacobus. Now Weeks. And trying to go to Garcia. And saved on, not quite saved. Good hustle there by Emerson Coots. Little miscommunication there. Weeks tried to throw it to Garcia. And Garcia went right and the ball went left. 44 seconds to play here. 75-56. Saints by 19. Post feed down low is no good. Rebound to Garcia. And there's a foul in the backcourt. Nothing intentional there by Tanaya Bowman, but just trying to play defense. Runs into Emerson Coots. Shot clock's turned off, so 29.9 on the game clock. And Saints do not have to take another shot. They need to clear the midcourt line and then hold on to the basketball. And step 1 is accomplished. And now in the front court, just need to control the ball here. Coots looking for a helper, finds Weeks, back to Coots, and layup is no good. Rebound picked up by the Sand Sharks, and fouled in the backcourt by Lily Jacobus. Jacobus and Coots, the 2 freshmen out there. Jacobus from Oviedo and Coots from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Saints are over the limit, so that foul in the backcourt will result in 2 shots for Jada Young.
A nice solid victory today for the Saints.
Yeah, they'll finish up the season with 2 road games, at least the regular season. At Lander and at Georgia Southwestern. So Saints don't need to clear the timeline now. Final 2 seconds, and that'll do it. Final score is going to go in the books as an even 20-point victory. Flagler 76 and USCB 56. Saints will improve to 12-13 overall, 8-8 in the Peach Belt. And USCB falls to 6-18 and 4-12 in the Peach Belt. And we'll check and see what the other results are. I have to imagine those games were fairly one-sided, and they probably stayed that way. And North Georgia ends up defeating Augusta 64-51, and Columbus State ends up defeating Lander 97-57, so a 40-point win there. And later today, Aiken plays Clayton State and Georgia Southwestern and Georgia College. The 2 teams we're trying to catch. One of them is guaranteed to lose today because they will do battle in Milledgeville starting at 3:30, which is right now. So that game is just underway. So again, live stats still not working, so unable to get any information for you there. But the bottom line is the final score goes in the books, 76-56, Saints by 20, and again, having a solid victory for the Saints here on the home court, and try to stay hot on the road later this week.
Yeah, they handled the press well. They rebounded well, especially handled the ball well, found each other, very unselfish play, good shot selection, just an all-around solid victory. Coach Bo Smith's got to be happy. 4 in a row, and more to come, perhaps.
Let's hope so. Let's hope they stay hot with a couple of road games this week, and then we'll head into the Peach Belt tournament. A lot to be decided as to who we play, and maybe more importantly, where we play in that first round. But check out the Flagler College website for more information. You can also go to the Peach Belt website, which is peachbeltconference.org, for more information there. And we'll look forward to bringing you the men's game here in just about 30 minutes. So from St. Augustine, from broadcast partner Ivan Kelly, I'm John Phillips. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Men's basketball in the Peach Belt in 30 minutes from St. Augustine. We'll see you then.